Absolutely. Let's get underway with TYLOO versus paiN Gaming, one of the hometown heroes in TYLOO, to see if they can meet with Vision as well, who have already won one series in the lower bracket to stay on through. We're having a event drop already after some casualties already being found. Mosaic finding Biguzira, looking to force out a plant though. paiN, you've already got TYLOO here too.
Oh, everybody's here. It's a party. Party down under, but Chengdu style. We'll see whether or not they can just creep their way into the site. Davideus just trying to spot out heads. He's made a nuisance of himself. Jamyang falls, however, traded by Mosaic. And now NQZ trying to get the damage done. Too many angles to cover from his position. And they do find the retake successful. This round goes the way that they want, has the result that they want. And Mercury needs to be careful that he doesn't get caught out as he repositions.
For sure, Snow. Yeah, Snow's going to find some timing, or maybe you would have thought so. Ozzy are just finding that one. But the reposition from Mercury, I thought Davideus might be able to find the right timing on that line for the peek out. It's a bit unfortunate that he doesn't, because now they're going to be a little bit ready for the secret cross. G to confirm some noggins that they've gone across.
Yeah, just not able to confirm exact numbers. Lobby crunch coming in though from TYLOO. Perfect to eliminate that threat. But they haven't spotted bomb, so they know it's still up somewhere.
You got to remember though that they had the confirmed information that the secret cross had happened, right? So there's the idea that there's still someone lurking about down there. Jamyang just going for the spot. You still got the ramp side of things cordoned off as well by G, so you just making sure that all bases are covered here. DGT to see what he can do to try and get in. But you would assume that it's just going to be too difficult for paiN to do something here. All 5 alive for TYLOO. There's that flip side of going for the force again, Jim. Just does not work out.
Jamyang shoulder peeks his way around.
Oh, he's going to be hungry for something here, isn't he? 3 targets to try and allocate. The flash is going in, blinded as well. G, first presence of the AWP, not able to find the damage just yet. The mollies, yes, they will stop paiN from translating down the ramp. But we know from the other day as well, right, that paiN will reset themselves when they do get a little bit of an advantage play. Likely wrap themselves around at the moment, and Mercury, it's an important one, starts equalize, but you just have to be aware of this hell wrap towards the heaven. They're not. Biguzira now in towards this top site.
Oh, they're just being picked apart, aren't they? They've got no idea that there's still a player sitting on the silo. Isaiah's going to try and find that frag to equalize, but the round's already gone.
Yep.
Purely just going to be for survival at this point.
Oh, Isaiah's heard the drop. He'll have the clean execution on a Davideus, but it's still going to be the save situation at the end of it. A bit of a sleeping presence from Jamyang. This will be paiN getting their first round on the board. There is that AWP still on the floor, remember, that G dropped. But paiN, they will go to pick that up. I was going to say, focusing more on the hunt instead of the premium of that boomstick, but they will find it. They might even find Mosaic at the tail end of this one too. DGT going for a bit of the hunt. Mosaic did live, and so did the 3 of paiN. Can we say the same thing right now though? Not for Mosaic. He is just absolutely read like a book, and Jamyang might be following in close proximity as well. The out of control, nice and dominant from paiN. They give themselves some options to try and close this round cleanly.
Yeah, they've already got themselves out to a very healthy advantage. It's on the rest of TYLOO to maybe try and turtle up as best they can. They are quite spread. As, well, it's only now Mercury, G on his own. So if they can regroup, they can save, but that's about it.
You need to either see corners cut here by TYLOO or the save call already be made. There's a little licking of utility that they could try to get in for something here, but no smokes, no kits. It is just the better option to hold on to this weaponry for the next rounds. You can try and toy with a little bit of the economy state of paiN if you want to, but it's not going to be anything too consequential.
No.
It'll be a small hunt from paiN, but you'd not expect them to throw all 5 members at this situation.
Yeah, look, yeah. To be honest with you, I don't think you're going to see it. Maybe Snow, maybe Davideus, but okay. They're going to send it anyway. Doesn't matter. The juice is worth the squeeze for them.
They might get all 3. They are sending all of the members at this one. And it's nice, isn't it? No guns saved for TYLOO into the next round. An opportunity for paiN to look to equalize now. Also need to make sure that you're not giving them too much damn respect that they'll claim this round away from you.
This will be down to timing, though. They get spotted out ahead of it, so can't hold that line. Is Davideus going to get a flash in or something like that?
There's that deagle shot from G, looking for another, not gonna come into play. And this top site has a bit of presence right now from the TYLOO guys as well, so they can start to put up a little bit. Attacker, if he can maybe even see his crosshair, because he's just flashed up, but there's no go time call from paiN. Doesn't matter at the moment now. They start to get in towards the site. The hut situation as well, looking to be spotted on through. You need to get some security now if you're paiN, because the plant needs to come down. The deagles are doing it, Jim. It's NQZ, and he gets taken down as well. They've done it. paiN took too long.
They took too long, and they faced the fury of TYLOO deagles.
The smoke will fade, and we'll have DGT here to at least give a trade if Jamyoung does find one. So no matter which way you slice it, paiN should be finding some little advantage at the current opener. Oh, unless that happens. Jamyoung aware, the AWP of G as well, good for 1. TYLOO are getting away with a couple of these situations that they shouldn't be.
Dear me. Couldn't quite get their act together, could they?
No. Now it almost just feels like with 30 seconds to go that paiN are forced to save or try to silently get in towards this top site. Mercury's position in the garage, swinging out when the util comes his way. Clean as you like it. Meanwhile, Davideus does get into the top site, so maybe, just maybe, there is a world in which a 2 versus 5 can happen. 10 seconds, plant goes down.
Well, we're about to see whether or not that world is a possibility. As now it's all on DGT. 4v1, can't be done from the squeaky door. As they're easily able to close that angle, and TYLOO were just starting to heap on the paiN. Definitely looking a bit flat, feeling a bit flat too. I'm just curious too if, like, you know, Bigu's been up since 5 AM. That's a long time to be awake before your first series.
Yeah, time difference and stuff as well towards it, but it is still, you know, generally a lot of hours, and you've got the jet lag coming in. paiN also a team that is burning the wick at both ends in all of these tournaments too, right? From one to another. So well, you do have to contend with minimal sleep and getting some, you know, good breakfasts and all that as best as possible.
The longer this series goes, that may come into effect. We'll see. Could be a talking point for later.
Yeah. AWP retrieved. A possibility for some shenanigans afoot. But a lot of damage delivered to paiN already. Dropped down to the B site for a couple of these members of TYLOO. Got some flames to throw in as well.
Just going to make their way in. Smokes to provide the passageway through. Mosaic. That glass is unfortunately not going to be broken for him, but Davideus is ready for attacker, answering the door.
Yeah, plant goes down as well. It becomes a cheeky scenario for paiN to make this workable. Jamyoung, the flash to go on in. If he had a molly, he could drop that in towards Dark to at least try and isolate an angle to get in towards this retake. See you later, Mercury. Things start to become a little bit more problematic for TYLOO. Jamyoung falters as well, so paiN, they have a bit of a recovery state coming in towards this round. They might even do so with 3 alive at the tail end of it, but something tells me that they're going to all hang around to go up with the ship when that bomb explodes.
Yeah.
See if paiN can get a little bit closer here now. Timeout goes away. Jam Young hunting for a favorable spot, but he won't be able to do so. DGT claim the first opener of the round.
It's a good opener to take as well. It really opens up things. A lot of space now being provided. And DGT is very happy to oblige. He's got a lot of information with this push. It's going to be a real problem for TYLOO. And I think everybody else from paiN is just happy to sit back and let this unfold. Yeah, they're going to continue to take territory themselves, but this pinch is coming in.
Glass is open. The problem is the glass is already open. He can get more than one. He's not going to opt to do so. Could have been finding two. Mosaic will get two for himself, but he's going to get caught in a reload as well. There's still a lot of time on the clock, but you're cordoning off the rotate that'll come down from Mercury. He is a madman to try and go through those flames now. And he's left it all onto Attacker, who is not going to attack at this retake. He is going to defend his weapon.
Yeah, Mercury didn't want to be caught in that whatsoever. I mean, look, there was probably a safer path to be taken than that, just straight out the vent where you've last seen contact.
He's even going to be hunted now. He is an attacker. Flashes are coming his way. Will he hold on to the weapon? I mean, they are absolutely bombarding him with flashbangs, and he will not survive.
These two teams, I actually think they are quite evenly matched, and I think this scoreline kind of reflects that. So, he's going to be making that first move. DGT doesn't even need a flash. He's just able to dry peek into topside and get that peek. Jam Young does find one and keeps secret in the hands of TYLOO, but it really is just this poking and this prodding at different choke points from these two teams that, I don't know, it's very scrappy Counter-Strike. But both of these teams, I don't know, TYLOO is very comfortable playing in this type of scenario.
The problem is, though, Jim, this smoke is about to fade, and Mosaic might get caught out. There's some mollies that can push him out of this position as well. They start to come on in for this execute. There's the flames. Mosaic needs some assistance. He's just burning, and it will be the molly that'll get the job done. Now Mercury, 30 seconds, need to cause a ruckus at this top site. The dance around the site, he can't get anything done, but it takes it away from Jam Young, who finds two. And now G in the 1 versus 2. Does he have a hand in this one or not with the AWP?
Yeah, I think the fact that the bomb is just going down and the Molotov has perished might be helpful for him, but he's got to react, and he does.
Oh, a nice try at the end of that one. He was low. Gets tagged up.
Well, I think his ear is just happy to take his own amount of space. Just sending it to the end of that. Oh, that's a great pick on G2. G not able to react.
Oh, and now the waterfall smoke onto the annex too. What are you going to be able to do with Snow? You're just going to sit pretty for a second and then look to wrap around once more. This heaven position has always been vulnerable for TYLOO. There's no one there to safeguard at this time. Attacker on this top site is going to be in for a pretty rude awakening.
I'll see how rude it is. Molotov is the first sign.
Yep.
Seems a little unfazed, but he gets out.
There was a thought from Mosaic as well, by the way, to wrap back around towards the ladder too and shimmy on up, but he's thought better of it and gone with his team instead for the lobby wrap around. Meanwhile, now Mercury going to be held at bay in the vent, so the bomb plant will go down. paiN will have 5 to hold.
TYLOO have got to really regroup here.
Yep, Molly and HE straight in towards DGT, but it's Big Uzira start to bring in some action to the party. Davideus getting peppered on down. Time is of the essence for TYLOO to get in towards this retake at the moment. The damage starts to come on through. There's no kits in possession though, Jim. That's the problem at the moment that I'm seeing right now. It doesn't matter that they're getting these kills. NQZ only needs to find the one on the defuser, brings out the sidearm, and that will be the round there and done. 5-7. TYLOO trade trail as paiN will take the lead for the half switch. A bit of a slow start. They make the comeback known, but now they switch over to the side that they had the struggles on yesterday versus Spirit.
Yeah, hopefully those struggles don't continue. Well, they struggle to get down that vent. Big Zero's just made an absolute mess of TYLOO.
I have seen
them.
Too many vent drop attempts results where one player at the front doesn't get down first and everyone dies because of it.
You know, just off the cuff, or they actually are genuine strategies. I think that, you know, it really does catch a lot of teams off guard. NQZ's been able to navigate his way through the secret. That could be rather problematic here unless Mercury can nullify that threat.
Well, he's getting a little bit close to the spot of NQZ, isn't he? And he's just not having the crosshair at the right spot at all. That is a bit of a worrisome opener for TYLOO in their first buy round. EGT now getting a little bit of pressure towards him over at the ramp. An exchange in the top site as well, but still having a bit of a grasp on this round is paiN. TGT
looking to just delay as much as he can. He now has NQZ in tow, but he is going to be smoked off. So still isolated, looking to have impact. And he does actually repel TYLOO from making entry into the site. And that's allowed another rotator to come through.
But it's not going to do too much, is it? G, an attacker, stretching out in towards the site. Now Big Uzira has to come out with another multi-frag to get this round, perhaps. Davideus to wrap around the decon too. But his position is not yet known, so he plays on the element of surprise as attacker walks into the crosshairs of Big Uzira. Now the last lone soldier of TYLOO has been noted and cannot find anything either.
These, you know, you've got NQZ who's really starting to, you know, stamp his mark on this series. You've got...
Oh, it's happened again. You just can't drop a smoke down outside the squeaky door. It is not the be-all and end-all safety situation for you. Yeah, well, speaking of five, we've got Snow, Big Uzira, and NQZ, who have 5 rounds each at putting up more than 2 kills, right? They are always getting multi-frags. Meanwhile, for TYLOO, there is only Mosaic who has been able to really put up any consistent numbers so far. It is just paiN finding openers, paiN finding multis, and it might just happen again here to close the map. Snow good for 3 so far. Does get traded. So it's G and Mercury to see if they're going to be able to bring something back. Down towards the lower site once more with the bomb. But is that going to be where you want to end? Because you have just separated yourself from Mercury. And DGT does not care. He's still going to hang around. Did he spot the head of G or not? I don't think he has just yet. Try to translate the aim on towards Mercury. But with 15 seconds to go, you still need to try and get the plant. There'll be a little reprieve to do so now.
Biggy's just going to try and find his time. He doesn't get out the vent though. Gets tripped up. And now NQZ might be able to catch some timing here in T mid. But there's nothing really he can do about that angle.
And then there was one.
Stops the you know, Molotov from being super effective, but there is that slight gap.
Yeah.
Has appeared. There we go.
Good flash.
He's got to get out of there.
It's a good flash, but it's better from NQZ. Gets one on a Mosaic. Mercury, meanwhile, to Big Uzira. So we start to see casualties on both sides on this round. DGT laying down the law on this lower site. You're going to have to dig hugely here for Jam Young to close something and bring it back, but it's not possible. 13-6. Very clean this time around from paiN to close out this map of Nuke, despite yesterday not being able to do so. They will lead 1-0 now in this series in the elimination style.
Let's just see how they begin this torrid affair. Big on point. Let's make slight contact there. And they are going to press. This is going to be impressive from TYLOO. They do net Davideus. He was on his lonesome, had no support whatsoever. So back down Banana after claiming their first scalp.
Well, coming over towards this A site right now as well. Yes, you found the opening player, but DGT is going to take the first fight, and Mosaic will find that NQZ. They overlook him at the moment, and the dualies, they start to ring out a little bit. but it's just him. The rest of his team smoked on off and kept in a little bit of a predicament as well from Mercury, who will retreat to the site.
Yeah, very bottled up in this site, though, for TYLOO. It's going to be difficult for paiN to try and dissect this as the clock really starts to tick away. No kit is a real problem.
Yep.
And exits might be the only thing on the cards.
Yeah, legitimately, that's what they had to switch towards. Pretty early call as well. Quick shooting from TYLOO. They'll look to hold on to what they can at the tail end of this one as well. You'd assume Big Guzira and Snow, well, everyone keeping them in check. All will fall on the side of TYLOO. 2 will survive for paiN. Like the double stack, make that a triple stack over towards ye old diggity, and they're gonna go dry with no flashes. That's your teammate, NQZ. Now you're the only one here to potentially be overwhelmed by the forces of TYLOO. You find one, and Mosaic comes in flying right at you. This might just be another scenario where you have no business getting in towards this A site.
Yeah, just unfortunate team kill. Just swings that pendulum in favour of TYLOO, and they're off to a really fast and furious start so far. It's normally a staple in our region, but also dodged a lot of Mirage too.
This is very true. TYLOO, the chance now to further extend this lead. The utility going on down for the bit of banana control, where Snow is gonna maybe make a meal out of this one. 2 on the board. Can he get out, or does he hang around? The utility is not working out for TYLOO, that they're laying down towards him, and that is going to settle in. Probably not, especially if you get eliminated and drop this map. These are the things that you can't really afford to have happen. Going into the major, going into an event just before it that'll actually remove your time for the pure prep, right?
Well, Snow is above.
And they did. Oh, how has he missed it? He gets the earlier 2. That one should have been a freebie. And now there's an opportunity for TYLOO to get this bomb plant down. Big Guzira going to stop that, however. 20 seconds to go. The cavalry starting to come up from paiN as well. 3 through banana. And they're not even watching that at the moment. Davideus to close.
What utility is really remaining on the CT side as they hit B? Really much to work with.
Who? Someone missed a smoke over on TYLOO. Give him a slap on the wrist, because right now there's a gap on the site. They need to bunker down. Jam Young, good for a double. Pilfers that AK as well, so TYLOO can situate themselves in a post plant.
The retake is certainly on. Full belts of util for coming through for Davideus, so let's just see what they are able to dissect. Playing that double emo spot, except a player on the boxes there is going to be troubled by Davideus. He doesn't get the frag that he needs though.
Unfortunately not. Jam Young on a DGT2. Now it's just the Orpa and NQC, and this is going to be a hunt for TYLOO. You know they want to remove this weapon. You know that they've got the round, but the damage is being decisive. This was a force-up at the end of the day for TYLOO. They will claim the rounds. They try to make it more expensive for paiN. Yeah, should have been an equalization point right now. You'd be looking to regain the lead in the series. You'll find an opener, though, free of charge. No respect given to any top mid utility. It's not even thrown this time for TYLOO to permit progression and explore the apartments, which is what Mosaic is going to look to do at the moment, being kept at bay in the old freezer side. And for those that don't know what freezer is, it's the side that is opposite boiler.
My powers of deduction
allowed
me to make that inference. Well, the AWP's already doing a great job of having impact. This Mac 10 though,
okay, more.
Let's see whether or not it's effective. That Molotov is actually really troublesome.
Yeah, it has to drop your own smoke as TYLOO to try and help yourselves out. Even blinded NQZ gets another one. This is looking a little bit better of a B hold right now. Now, G, can you do it? Can you get a 1 versus 4? He's running on at Snow, and he just can't even find the first.
Yeah, I wonder if they recovered that AWP, actually. It's more difficult, obviously, on the T side to get that AWP going, right? Like, only if you're able to isolate players that are peaking is that AWP effective. Otherwise, you've really got to try and, you know, force yourself onto the lines. Take the aggro. Not a lot of, you know, aggressive T offers.
Ooh, that is a good flash from Mercury. Meanwhile, paiN opted not to bring the AWP into this round, knowing that, well, it'll be the lesser buy from TYLOO, but full going it anyways. Now these pistols could certainly do some damage here. Mercury caught with util in hand. G didn't get the memo that the space was now occupied by Davideus. Meanwhile, the A site, the attempt right now at the plant going on down, so that will come into play for TYLOO. Swift blow on towards attacker. Davideus is just looking to do absolutely everything in this round. Looking for the 5k, will run out of ammo at the end. You hate to see that, as now Jam Young will have his hand and also returning with a 5k, if at all possible. 4 HP, peppered through the boxes. The Molotov inconsequential at the end of the round. Attempts had, but paiN will equalize.
Well, we'll see if Big Azira's... Okay, is he going to get too big for his boots?
Maybe. They're all around the corner. The flash comes on in. If they can get the trades, they can start to get in. But do they expect the third in Snow to be here? The jump on up towards oranges will be there, and Snow has just read them. He's getting a multi-frag now in towards the round and looking for the closure. It won't happen. Mercury has some time here to try and piece something together, but Davideus is going to be there for the close. That's the one he was missing in the previous round. Oh, that is such a big duel to win for Mosea as well. Davideus down. Brackets control found for TYLOO. They now have options. Timing on the smoke actually upsets TYLOO a little bit. They have a false sense of security, you'd assume, as well. We're seeing that AWP over towards the B site. They don't want to one-dimensionally go back over there. Little do they know, the main AWPer is still over here in the pit. NQZ will dispatch of G. Now the time is starting to really become an issue for TYLOO to get on in. There is just little to nothing that they can do to get back in towards this round. You'd assume Snow will find Jam Young, and the attempt to flick on a Mercury won't happen, where he might have some damage, Jim. But they will not have the round. The AWP will be translated to the next one. No, won't. Oh, he gets Kobe'd out. Oh, you hate to see that if you're a TYLOO fan. T-side util can get you up towards Banana, but you're still being held at bay currently. I love this double stack too, by the way. This is cheeky.
Yeah. This is a dirty little stack. Well,
what do you do now with the opening advantage of paiN? You sit, because you know in these situations TYLOO's conversion rate in the 4 versus 5s doesn't look too good.
Yeah, that's the painful reality. So I've got to try and put that square peg into the round hole. That round hole.
Oh, Snow has just absolutely hook, line, and sinkered them. He might even end with the 4K. Jam Young just going to be seen before he can even get that crosshair anywhere in the realm of possibility. 5 alive. paiN going strong. So I feel like TYLOO are being read time and time again. They're going to try and stretch a bit of an apartment spot once more. So we'll see if it does a bit better for them.
Yeah, deep set smokes will set that up nicely. Ooh.
Hold. Davideus does get taken down. The AWP of NQZ is pushed out of vision, so maybe there is an opportunity here.
Well, this is honestly not the situation that paiN wanted to be in, obviously having to retake A. And I think Jam Young timing is going to be a real factor. As the aggro is taken, Snow should be converted here. Well, this is an interesting duel. Jam Young has done the bulk of the dirty work. And Big Azira, there's nothing he can do. He was hoping that his players deployed through short were going to be effective in that retake. But I don't know. Those are the kind of moments where Jam Young shines.
Yep. Big Zero, no one's hanging around. You need to skedaddle, mate, which you'll do.
Really quite pestering in the way that they've played. Enough to just carve out 4.
Mosier was finding all the frags in the last map. You've got Silence from G and Attacker. Meanwhile, you've got Snow going 19 and 5. NQZ going 15 and 7. Looking for some more now in this round, but he will get overwhelmed. Okay, maybe all we needed was for me to put some slander on towards these TYLOO names, and they can get something done. Flash in towards Snow's face. Doesn't get things situated favorably for him. And now the bomb plant can go down. I look towards Big Zero, by the way. Literally on the other side of the map. He has to run a marathon to get over here because it is the last round of the half.
Yeah. Oh, okay. DGT, unfortunately, the smoke reveals his position. And it fades now. Davideus has got a lot of work to do.
Yep.
Big Azir is going to hope to try and catch one of the swinging T's. But honestly, a lot resting on Davideus' shoulders right now. TYLOO just have to sit and wait. And they don't have to move. It is very simple for them to finish that half. In this tournament so far, both FaZe meeting that end, and Na'Vi also meeting that end too. So we'll definitely be sending another one home after this.
Yeah.
However, can Mercury do something about it? This is a great A-side hold. They're going to run on in, but you do eventually get overwhelmed.
Yeah, and Mercury, he's trying to skedaddle out of this one too to put these dualies to good use. And the respect from paiN is going to be, well, just don't give him the fight that he's so desperately looking for. Get your eyes on the prize. Get the plant down. 4 versus 3. paiN only have a couple of angles that they really need to look at right now. The shots to come out from the CT side. Jam Young needs more, needs absolutely everything potentially, but Mercury comes on in, and it's DGT who's just going to sneak his way to the pit. Someone has called for Mercury that he's over there, and the dualies will get the job done. TYLOO will answer back with the pistol. It was sorely needed to start off this CT side.
I thought they were done and dusted, right? Like they'd been overwhelmed in that site early on to try and thin the numbers of paiN. Or TYLOO, sorry.
Well, either which way, there is a force-up of paiN here, right? And they're posturing for a bit of a brackets pop right now. They start to come on out. Snow's blinded to lead the charge and force back a little bit of security into the site for TYLOO. But is it going to be a safe pair of hands in Mercury or not? He's getting overwhelmed, mollied down. This force-up is looking pretty problematic now. TYLOO immediately forced to opt for a save.
Yeah, there's nothing the 2B players can do in that scenario. Just too quick on the trigger, paiN. Now, this one rifle that they do have, they're going to be walking straight into this site. Mosier, he's going to try and play ring around the rosy, and he's actually got Jam Young there supporting him quite nicely. He's going to stand it straight to the smoke. This is working. How? He's got two in the chamber and he makes it work.
How is the right question? I think that he's standard and delivered very, very nicely. That is very 2021 of you, Jim.
Well, yeah, everything's cyclical, isn't it?
Yeah. Back of the smoke, though, right now. Davideus copping a granada to the body. Jam Young, though, expecting that one to come through. So nicely done for TYLOO for the beginning stages on this CT side now. You either bully your way in towards this B site or you save.
Yeah, I think they're just going to try and play the percentages, right? Try and take the 4v2 in the B site and hope that they can get on in. Mosier is just going to pop that little flash in. That's going to be problematic because it's going to peek on the back of it. Jam Young now also chiming in for his share. And they're just getting stopped. They're not even going to get in. They've had their passport checked. They've been denied entry. Okay, that Molotov could be problematic. It's going to spread. Nope. Just stays alive.
Gone are the days of the spreading mollies, Jim. Now we know that our mollies stay put when they land on the floor. Speaking of Big Zero, well, he'll just get put on the floor there as well. First casualty, not successive in the fragging department on this map. That's some good smoke timing as well to cordon off what DGT might look to do over at the apartments. A 1-to-1 trade, a great shot from G. And now we start to look to TYLOO to have a firm idea on what they want to do on the CT side of Inferno. Just DGT And there is no way that he's going to come out of something here. Mid on lock as well from Jamyoung. G looking for the multi. He'll get removed. So there's some damage, at least here, for DGT. But it's not really going to look to be anything too hot.
Okay.
Oh, hang on. 20 seconds. But he needs the bomb.
He's just looking to go and try and do as much damage as possible. Possibly even die. Okay, Mosaic's just timed it very nicely.
Yeah. I mean, the whole of TYLOO kind of was in this map, to be honest with you. They've really come into their own on this CT side, which, look, let's be real. Inferno CT side, yeah, it does tend in towards having a little bit better success, but an immediate result from the pistol round for an immediate just impact across the board as well. Bar attacker is looking really good. Mosaic, Jamyoung, again, successful in locking down this B site choke, and you're just not really getting in if you are paiN.
No, just denied, completely denied at the moment. The question is though, look, if DGT somehow manages to break this crossfire, G's been absolutely on fire, on point. So if he does try and take the stairs through carpet, he's got to contend with that. But he's just going to regroup and try and get into this B site. However, they've given free reign of the B site cross. It's just Jamyoung on the cross.
I think it's all right if you're TYLOO here. You've got the player advantage. You got a little lick at a util still. NQZ misses the AWP shot, and the bomb isn't even planted just yet, so you can start to get your rotations out. You're actually further by time with the incendiary that does go down.
Well, everybody's here, right? Except for G. G's like, nah, I was convinced they were going to come out right up until the last moment.
Nah, you guys got this. I'll hang around. I'll check for any stragglers of paiN. But now's the time for TYLOO to mount this retake. Flashes on in HE if you want as well. NQZ, you'd expect he needs to be flashed off this line at the moment to put that AWP to bed. And that he will. Some good damage starting to come through from TYLOO. But Snow, he wants to answer with this one. NQZ too, they're doing it. They're finally getting something on this T side to stop a bit of the bleeding that TYLOO was dealing them. Early deep mid smoke usually suggests you're trying to get something down towards your second mid, but there's no investment from TYLOO to look at towards that. Blow open on the smoke, spot that nothing's there, readjust accordingly, and DGT is already towards the balcony. G had no vision on that one.
Yeah. G, who's been quite impactful, gets taken out quite early. That's the AWP gone down. And all they're going to do is continue to pester on. No, he's just going to lead the charge on into this side. The trade, though, is not coming through. Davideus really needed to make that. And now, Mercury, thankfully, doesn't get a third. And NQZ, this is... Honestly, this is like playing public CS. When you've got someone sitting on ramp like that, and you're trying to rotate, that's just some BS.
We're in the matchmaking sphere. That's for certain there. Usually it's the bomb that gets left down at T-stairs, but this time it's an actual player, which is fine as well, right? You get the idea that you've got that deeper mid smoke. You want to have a little bit of an idea on...
No, this is not on the cards for them. That smoke's actually going to be problematic. There's free passage into pit, but they've still got to get crossed into the side. DGT is going to carve a way forward for them, and Snow just charges on in, but Attacker has been left to his lonesome, and he's actually taking the bomb down, so this is a real problem for paiN.
Yeah, 2 versus 2 now. Looking to see what Mosaic can do. Now Jamyoung, all that's left to stop this comeback from paiN. 1 versus 2, and the way that he's routing at the moment, he might line them both up. Is it a blessing or not? He sees the Tootsies. But what do you look to do? Bomb is down in dig, and I love this location that he's looking to reposition towards. Up in apartments. You would never really guess this, you'd assume, as a paiN. NQZ looked at it for a second. Might have just spotted him. I'm not exactly sure. They're looking at him now. His position is known. 30 seconds. Swing out, and he's caught jumping. Oh, no. For the efforts of TYLOO in this map to get to 11. Again, A little bit more lackluster for the defenses of TYLOO here, and there's going to be some overwhelming forces heading G's way. Without the AWP, though, he will still look to get some damage. Somehow, alive with 100 still on the body. That is a bit of blasphemy being thrown into the mix, if you ask me. Now, Attacker getting taken down to 9. We're not stopping if paiN have anything to say. They have a great flash on in, and everybody on TYLOO starts to fall like flies. A 2 versus 4 turn into 1, and then there was none. paiN Gaming make the comeback happen. 13-11 for the 2-0 in the series, and they will eliminate TYLOO from IEM Chengdu.
Yeah, unfortunately, the hometown team couldn't quite get it done when it came down to elimination. They showed that Inferno was a much better map for them.